Okay, I'm a little shorter than Tiffany. Thank you so much for this. I'm going to admit to you that I practiced my speech 3 times and I cried every time. So I'm going to do my best to make it through, and I'm going to read it so that I manage. To start, I just want to acknowledge members of PAD's board and staff who are here tonight, our board chair, Judge DeVoe, board member Sarah Toring, PAD's deputy director, Denise White, and all the members of our staff from the community response team, the care navigation team, and the community engagement departments. Could you all stand? And I'm proud to say that this is a small but mighty representation of our current PAD staff, which is at just about 50 people. So thank you for being the reps for this evening's event. Appreciate it. So personally, this recognition from SCHR is quite simply the highest honor I can imagine. I know I speak for many in our movements when I say that the work of SCHR makes our work possible. SCHR anchors us in an uncompromising integrity, willing to stand in the headwinds when others may capitulate or cower. Last year, as Tiffany alluded to, when the city attempted to scuttle the contract that allows PAD to provide non-police first response to quality of life concerns, it was SCHR that brought the light of day to these efforts, attending every public meeting alongside PAD staff and participants and community members that were advocating to save community response. Today, I'm proud to say that PAD's community response is not only funded through the end of 2026, but our teams are now available from 7 a.m. until midnight anywhere in the city. And I can't reflect on this win, and this is the part where I cry, without saying Tiffany Roberts' name out loud, who was there every step of the way and who has spent almost 20 years making me a braver and smarter human being. Thank you, and I love you. But SCHR's advocacy in this fight was not a one-off. SCHR has been a key leader in every meaningful criminal justice reform that has occurred in our city for decades, right? From visioning with the people who are most impacted by our criminal legal system, to shaping policy and research, to ensuring transparency and accountability in the implementation of these efforts. Our collective commitment to honor the human rights and dignity of people who are cast aside, policed, and abandoned within jails and prisons requires many strategies: direct intervention, alternate response, resources to help people meet their basic needs, and cultural work that challenges racist, dehumanizing, and punitive beliefs. And it requires defenders like SCHR, the ones who make us brave enough to do what must be done and stand in our collective power. This is more important than ever. And Tarika did say I could do a little bit of stump speeching, so I'm going to take the opportunity. We're in a time of manufactured austerity and aggressive criminalization across every level of government. It's becoming more difficult for most people to meet their basic needs, while punishment is increasing for those who cannot. In Atlanta, anybody who's heard me speak knows I try to work this in. You can get 6 months in jail for peeing in the park. You can get 6 months in jail for sleeping on a sidewalk. If you sleep on private property, you may spend a year at Fulton County Jail if you make it out alive. With the Supreme Court's recent grants pass decision, jurisdictions across the country have been given carte blanche to make sleeping in public illegal, even if there is nowhere else to sleep. In the meantime, law enforcement is being put on steroids and ready for unprecedented jurisdictional collaboration. Atlanta's new budget, released last week, provides a $55 million increase to the Atlanta Police Department, which already receives over 1/3 of our city's revenue. And unfortunately, we're about to see history repeat itself. In less than a month, the business community will launch an effort to eliminate unsheltered homeless from downtown by the 2026 World Cup. The promise of private dollars for housing being tied to aggressive enforcement of quality of life ordinances. Can folks raise their hand if this sounds familiar? In Atlanta, for a major world event? This is a plan modeled on cities around the country that are closing their downtowns to homeless people and requiring outreach workers to enforce loitering laws hand in hand with police. In the political environment we're in, the soft deputizing of service providers to carry out enforcement functions is cause for grave concern. It is what is keeping me up at night. We've made significant gains in the last 5 years in narrowing the role of law enforcement through alternate response. We've created models, both locally and across the country, that demonstrate that it is possible and demonstrate what is possible when we create clear distinctions between enforcement of laws and response to crisis. What we have seen is that people get care. Fewer people get hurt. And fewer people go to jail for having unmet needs. Now more than ever, we must defend our wins. We must prioritize care instead of control. We must buckle down on protecting those who are being targeted, and we must expand the resources that meet people's needs. I believe in us, and I'm so grateful for SCHR believing in us as well. Thank you.